Hi folks, welcome to my video. I am your host, Exit Flagger, and the voice that is going to be occupying your head for the next half hour or so. And this is 100 Days in Hardcore Minecraft within an amplified world. Someone requested this. I don't have a lot of viewers, and I've never had a request, so I thought, why not? I really don't like playing hardcore, and to be fair, that's not really what they requested. They just wanted a 100 days video. I don't normally do the trendy videos. Everyone is doing the 100 days. It's not mine. It's not my idea, and it's a bit overdone, you know? But I always wanted to return to the amplified world types, so why not make it challenging? I'm going to show you my first attempt. You can see I'm choosing hardcore difficulty and amplified world setting. You probably don't need a tutorial on how to create your world, but I want to be thorough. It wasn't a bad start. It looks like an amplified plains biome, although that's not really amplified much at all. Pathetic compared to how insane these biomes get. And so I'm looking for a home in the most challenging landscape I can find for hardcore survival. I mean, if I fall from any of these cliffs over here, that's the main challenge, not falling. I did find a village, so that puts me ahead of the game. Villages are OP. I mean, yes, villagers are OP, but also the villages that they live in. They have food, shelter, beds, workstations. I mean, they're really amazing to find on your first day. Just as the sun is setting, I think I have found my home. We'll have to take a clearer look in the daylight. So I was thinking, yeah, this will be cool. I can envision all of these little buildings kind of running up the side. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I die very soon after this, so we won't see. I've already said that this is my first attempt. I'm not sure why I'm even showing it. I guess I'd like to really hammer home this idea that this is not an easy challenge, at least for me. For most other players, sure. I mean, myself personally, not falling is very hard. I have to use this waterfall to get up to the top, which is precarious, but it's pretty fast. It'll be my downfall off camera. But look how lovely it is up here. A flower forest amplified? Come on, I love this. It's so cozy with my little bee friends. I just wanted to make a beautiful garden in the sky, but then I fell off and died without any witnesses. I didn't record it. I was literally just giving my computer a break and doing some last-minute resource gathering before turning it all off and getting into my real-life bed, and that's when I fell off of the waterfall and I died. My heart was broken, but you have to pick yourself up and try again. That's the whole point of life in general, is to persevere. We are survivors here. Well, I die a lot, so maybe that's not the best word to describe me, but we are doing our best. Once more unto the breach, dear friends. That's a quote from Henry V, when he was starting his second amplified hardcore world. Okay, day one, it's a new world, and I am standing on a tree that's probably on top of a floating island. This is a good amplified kind of spawn. The landscape is already bananas. Nothing too unusual about my first actions here. I'm not a weirdo. I'm going to follow the usual series of events. Get wood, make tools, explore. Within 1 minute of playing, you should have full stone tools. No excuses. There's no reason to ever have wooden tools. If you don't see exposed stone, just dig down. So I get my axe and a pickaxe. I could make a shovel and a hoe, but the clock is ticking, and I mostly want to find a spot for my base. I make a boat, and I paddle around looking for a home. I come upon this wild-looking landscape where the trees have vines, and that suggests a swamp or maybe a mangrove swamp. Is in the cars, yeah, there's mud, there's mangrove trees. I am stoked. Super stoked. Mangrove is my favorite wood type. Not my favorite to harvest. In fact, it's the worst. But the red is perfect. It's earthy, it fits in with everything. Just an amazing block type to build with. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. Maybe. It's a big maybe for my home. I've made it to the opposite side of the continent. This is like the far back of where I was eyeballing a potential build site. All of these great biomes with great trees. acacia trees, jungle over there, desert, cacti. Maybe I can find a temple. Well, no, I didn't find a temple, but as the sun was setting, I did find a village. Really convenient just for shelter. And more jungle. Bamboo will be really useful. I kicked this guy out of his bed. Don't feel bad for him. I mean, if he tried to stop me, I would kill him, so I guess you're allowed to feel bad for him. You're allowed to feel anything you feel. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise, especially me. But I am stealing like everything that he owns, so I always think there's going to be something in the barrels. Mojang, please. Barrels. But they're pretty good for early game storage, so they are mine now. And the unemployment rate has just increased in this town. I just do this to be mean. Look at the cowards run. I feed the camel, so he loves me. I don't have a saddle, so it's a short little chaos ride. So day 1 is actually the second day because the game starts with day 0, but that's a psychotic way to keep track of time. I've adjusted, like to just add 1 to the day to keep track. Does that mean I'm cheating because it's not actually 100 days? Well, it would be the dumbest way to cheat because it adds a day. So really, I'm surviving 101 days. I hope that calms you down. Don't worry, I'll completely lose track of the days very soon. Second day was messing with villagers, so we are now waking to the sunrise of a third day in hardcore Minecraft. I have to get back and start on my permanent base, though I did find a treasure map and it would be silly to pass that up, but being that it's right here, not awful is the best I can hope for from loot chests. My expectations were exactly the contents of this chest, no more and no less. Diamonds would have been great, but the world wants to destroy me. I'm eventually going to kidnap some of those villagers, so either way, that solves all of my problems. At first I choose this little sand island for like a temporary base, somewhere to chill while I'm building the proper base nearby. I'm geared up to go mining and I decide to submerge myself into the caves below. I could see glowed squid and magma way down, and that's a good sign that there's some deep flooded caves. Door in hand, I descend. You might be opposed to this method of resource gathering because you don't like how soggy it is, but this should set you straight right here. Exposed diamonds everywhere in these water caves. Fourth day and I have nearly enough for full diamond gear, which is average. I guess fourth day diamond gear isn't that much of a brag, but this is a guy that can barely survive to day 4, so... I want to get trees, and I remember that there was a spruce tree near spawn. It turns out it's a very tiny windswept hills biome. So you have this random lonely spruce tree seemingly in the middle of a forest biome. I just need its saplings. 1 sapling, please. And there's like a skeleton back there. At some point on the 5th day, I reach a critical decision. I want to move over to this larger beach next door because I want to build my base directly above it. It makes more sense. Just got to clear it out and start my tree farm. And that was day 5. The next 5 or 6 days was just running around my new land, farming trees and planting torches. Clearing out mangrove trees the best way I know, with a forest fire. I didn't notice the skeleton or the creeper until I was right on top of them. Not my best moment. And you can see I've got some crops started down here. Day 12, I almost died. I got hit by this skeleton 3 times. I have a problem with fight or flight. That's foreshadowing for later. Day 15, I start clearing out this space above the beach. It will be the first structure I want to build here, but it's not a ton of room. The challenge isn't just the height of the landscape, but the limited landmass that you can build on. So you end up building into the cliff face. There are a ton of Endermen in this place, the most toxic mob in the game. They will walk in front of your line of sight and then blame you for looking at them. I explore the caves above me. It's important to light up all of the spaces above so that creepers don't drop down. And let me tell you, this mountain is an absolute mess of caves, but also look at like this beautiful hidden valley. With the waterfalls, get out, it's so good. And it's all mine. I had seen this azalea tree earlier and decided that I should go get resources that I need from the lush cave below, namely glowberries. If I can grab some axolotls, or even some axolitls, hold for laughter, as that's the best joke in the whole video. I'm perplexed because I'm digging directly below the tree and there is no rooted dirt at all, like none. Kinda sus, and then I find a lush mine shaft, which could be useful actually. A little more digging, and here's the lush cave. It's pretty mobby down there, and it's a ways down. I have to get to the bottom of the cave. And we have glowberries. They're a great alternative light source. Mojang, please make torch flowers give off some sort of light, even low-level light. We want glowing flowers. We also want fireflies. I mean, if you're listening. Back at the base, I am beginning to build my first structure. It'll be a place to put my villagers. I would not call it a trading hall. I'll probably be living there too. It's more like a hostel, or like a commune. And it is cozy. It could be bigger, but in my mind, this is the first of many such hostels. I've been building in this sort of chaotic way lately, just embracing randomness and even adding organic forms to my buildings. I don't know, I like it. I like the whole aesthetic of chaotic building. I have no idea how this is going to look, and that's exciting. Time to bring Larry and Sheila over from the hole they're living in. They jumped right into the boat, one at a time. I have to hire them and fire them in order to get them upstairs. Hire and fire. You have a job, you don't have a job. This economy is crazy, huh, Sheila? She agrees. And with the two villagers now safe in their home, making babies, making emeralds, I can add the finishing touches, and we are beginning to see what this cliffside base is going to look like. Kind of psychedelic, fantasy, weirdo kind of style. I don't know. This must be around day 20 or so. I decide to go exploring for more resources. I find dark oak, which is great. My favorite all-around tree. Great for building, for stick trading. If you need a lot of wood, this is better than mega spruce. Way better. You get more wood, easier, quicker. It's just more efficient. Test it yourself. Go ahead. I'm right. I know I'm right. Problem here is that there's a river of lava coming towards me, so I had to act fast. But I'm a pro, and I get 8 saplings, which is ideal. I also need wool, so I capture a sheep. He kind of grooves in the back of the boat. He's like just rocking out back there. Then I'm off to a sunken shipwreck. Instead, I find a sunken geode with this little dude inside, and I save him. I help him get out of the geode in my own way. Actually, I do find a shipwreck, and it has potatoes, the greatest food in the game, and out of the game. We don't talk about the blocks I placed. I don't understand it either. This wandering trader is ridiculously difficult to reach. Like, why there? Why? Why did he spawn here? It's what I keep asking myself, and there are no answers. Hopefully he's worth the effort, and he sucks. Honestly, 2 saplings, and in particular those 2 saplings, like that's triple S tier for a wandering trader. It's great. Any other time I would be rolling around on the floor in ecstasy. What? Anyway, that's why I decide to let him live. I'm kidding, obviously. On day 39, with the moon rising above me, I have an epiphany. It is time for me to do something brave. Give myself a major task to complete. No, not the dragon. That's old and boring. Trial chambers. New, exciting, kind of easy. But I need a cartographer to find the chamber. I need their map. So that's the new goal. Conquer the trial chamber by day 50. So I gather resources, trees for stick trading and paper. I'll need a lot of paper for the map trade. And cats. You gotta have cats for whatever. On day 45, I find out if my effort is going to pay off. These guys don't always sell trial maps, but this one does, and I am crushing it. A quick survey of the map, and I can see that the trial chamber is practically under my base. I think they're just really common, to be honest. On day 48, before going into the chamber, I have to have some words with this villager whose trade I no longer need. We end things amicably, and we part ways as friends. I don't know where he went, but I think of him often. His name was Doug. It's day 50, and you know what that means. Time for the trial chamber to feel my wrath. I dig down, way down, into deep slate. And then I see copper. Not copper ore, but like a copper lamp? I guess that's what that is. It means that I've found it. Now I want you to prepare yourself for an epic battle. Get comfortable, grab a snack, tell your neighbors, I guess. Here we are. I seem a little nervous, don't I? I don't see why. I'm such an expert at combat in this game. I doubt there's anything for me to be afraid of. Spawner is activated, and it's the new guys, those mushroom skellies. Easy. Why are there so many? Okay, wait. Yeah, I died. Pathetically. I kind of just froze, didn't I? I'll be completely honest. I don't know what happened. I guess I thought I could just one-shot them as they appeared. Really, I didn't have any plan at all. Nowhere to escape to. I hate hardcore. I don't play hardcore. I'm angry at you for watching me play hardcore. Okay. You know what? I'm not finished. It was a really good spawn and a really good amplified seed, and I'm determined to make the best of it. This is normal difficulty, starting over in the same seed. And of course, it's a repeat of the first day. There's no reason to deviate, except for the dark oak. I go and get the dark oak, and that's all on day 1. It's a great tree. It's my favorite all-around tree. I already said that, right? Well, there's going to be a lot of repeating things from here and from here on out, including the avalanche of lava. I'm still able to get 8 saplings, even with stone, a stone axe. I'm just like really good at this game. Does this look familiar? It should. Again, it's just a repeat of my first attempt, except this time I know where everything is. I think I defeat the trial chamber on like day 30, maybe even before that. We're not keeping track of days anymore. Watch this. It's actually worse than the first time I was here. I dropped directly into the middle of the chamber like a buffoon. But I am victorious this time. I know the psychology. If I'm not overly concerned about dying, then I don't panic, and I keep my head. So even though I blundered into the middle of the chamber taking fall damage, releasing every mob in the room, it was still a piece of cake. And all of this copper is mine, including the copper bulbs, which are the hardest to craft because they require blaze rods. These chambers are worth it just for these copper bulbs. And so it is time to rebuild my weird little house on the cliff. You see what I mean about chaos building? I have those petals off to the side with like clean architectural structures on the other side. Look, I approach it like an abstract sculpture, and that's how I'm building now because I think it's fun. You literally can't stop me. I'm already getting much further this time around, clearing the next area for my next build. With the mangrove trees gone, I can see that there is a lot more room up here. This will be where I build my forever home. And what you're seeing here is me sleeping and then waking up on day 50. So that's an accomplishment, I think. I'll admit something here. I am using Lightmatica for the first time. Look, I don't spend a lot of time prepping for my builds in creative. I just kind of wing it. Chaos builder. But I had made something really interesting in creative and I thought, I might have said that out loud even. I hope that explains it. I have never used this mod before, but it's decent. I'm not sure that it really helped me with the actual build, but being able to see exactly how many blocks I need in each type, I like that a lot. I like the materials list. Eventually I turned it off. It's not like a mega build. I didn't really need it. One final adventure before we wrap up this video. I found out where all the Endermen were coming from. This cave. Also mushroom skelly in there somewhere. So I decide that I want to deal with them once and for all. And I'm also using this cave to farm moss blocks. It's actually perfect. for this tree, you can put flowers in trees using moss, and I kind of love it. A little bit more landscaping and, just tidying up, and voila, done. And so there's some views of my bass. Still early stages, but you can see the epic potential. And that's my 100 days in Amplified, closer to 200 days, maybe more. I hate it. I am not doing this challenge again, but I might come back to this Amplified world. I guess we'll see. If you made it this far, like and sub. Either way, you take care. See ya.